in high definition. This is 41 NBC News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for 41 NBC News at 11. I'm Lizbeth Gutierrez. Tucker Sargent has the night off. Our top story tonight at 11, homicide investigators need your help locating two vehicles that drove away from a deadly hotel shooting in Macon. The shooting happened around 11 last night in the parking lot of the Best Western on Riverside Drive. Deputies say 3 men drove up from Florida to Macon to buy drugs. During the drug deal, 27-year-old Chauncey Love, the second from Florida, was shot and killed. Deputies say the people involved in the shooting may not be from Macon, and they left the scene in a dark gray Infiniti and a silver Toyota Camry. Investigators believe someone shot Love as he was driving away. His vehicle crossed over Riverside Drive and went into a ditch. Deputies say the passengers in Love's car jumped out of the vehicle and ran across the interstate. Investigators are speaking with those men tonight. If you have any tips in this case, call Macon Crime Stoppers at 1-877-68-CRIME. And Bibb County Sheriff's deputies spent the afternoon responding to a possible bomb threat. Deputies were called in after a customer left a backpack in Panera Bread on Tom Hill Senior Boulevard. The bomb squad was called to the scene. After going inside to get the backpack, units found no explosives inside.
We train, our patrol and other units train together just so we know how to work together and what each unit needs. So it's not really a surprise to us. Unfortunately, it's another day, but we treat it as if it's real, even when we're training.
Deputies arrested 52-year-old Kevin Hall for the incident. They say Hall left the book bag inside the business and then he walked to a nearby business and stated there might be a bomb at Panera Bread. He's charged with terroristic threats. With millions traveling for the holiday weekend, the Georgia Department of Transportation wants to help make your trip a little easier. It has suspended all construction lane closures on Georgia interstates and highways. The goal is to help with road congestion and safety. Drivers can help by putting down their cell phones, putting on a seatbelt, slowing down, and driving sober. Construction-related lane closings will be suspended until 10 Sunday night. According to AAA, more than 53 million people are expected to be on the road this holiday weekend, making it the highest single-year increase since 2005. So be prepared for sticker shock at the gas tank. Gas prices are 62% higher than they were this time last year. Prices rose an average of $1.13 last month from the previous October. That's the largest year-over-year increase since gas price record keeping began in 1990. Despite the hike, people are still traveling.
There's a lot more confidence. People are feeling better about traveling. And no matter what the gas prices are, and they are quite a bit higher than last year, people are still going to take that trip.
This is also the most expensive gas has been on a Thanksgiving weekend since 2012. President Joe Biden pledged to release 50 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserves in an attempt to bring gas prices down. And while you're traveling, officers with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office says the #1 thing to do is always be alert. The Sheriff's Office says stay off your phone while driving, always wear a seatbelt, and don't drink and drive.
Throughout the week and weekend, we're going to have extra patrol out and about, both in the county and on the interstate. We're looking for anything following too close, speeding, texting while driving.
Monroe County Sheriff's Office also says if you see someone driving reckless, call 911 immediately. The Georgia Department of Public Safety will also be out looking for impaired and careless drivers to ensure less crashes this year compared to last. This week also kicked off the Click It or Ticket seatbelt campaign. So if you're not wearing a seatbelt, expect a ticket.
58% of the fatalities are unbelted, 24% are impaired, and almost 90% involve some element of human error. So please plan your trips accordingly, plan them carefully, and allow ample time to reach your destination.
The Georgia Department of Public Safety says it wants the public to take responsibility when behind the wheel. And one more thing to watch for this Thanksgiving: overeating. A lot of us are saving up calories for the big day, but health experts say this is a bad practice. Lisa Carter is a dietitian with Atrium Health Navicent. She says people tend to eat way too much on Thanksgiving because they think overeating is part of the holiday. But Carter encourages you to think less about eating too much and more about the special foods that only come around this time of year, so that you can make better choices about what's on your plate.
I always try to encourage people think seasonal and think special for what you're going to put on your plate.
Overall, dietitians at Atrium Health say portion control and healthier options are key to keeping off those Thanksgiving pounds and helping you to avoid overdoing it. And speaking of food, if you're staying in Middle Georgia for Thanksgiving, you have a few options for a meal. Happening tomorrow, Forrest B. Johnson and Associates is planning to hand out 1,000 Thanksgiving meals. This is video from the same event last Thanksgiving. This year, it's happening at Cracker Barrel on Eisenhower Parkway. The meal distribution starts at 11 a.m. until supplies run out. And there's also a free Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow at the Greater Turner Tabernacle AME Church in Macon. You can drive through and carry out your meal. It's happening from 10 a.m. until noon. The church is located at 1104 3rd Street. There will also be free personal bags for men and women. 41 NBC is helping collect toys for Tots this holiday season, and all the toys donated will go to kids throughout Middle Georgia. Toys for Tots is looking to collect 25,000 to 30,000 toys as the distribution date for the toys gets closer. Toys for Tots coordinator Wendy Chadwell wants to make sure every child can open a toy on Christmas morning.
Do fall short in some age groups, and those age groups tend to be boys that are 10 to 14 or girls that are 10 to 14, but specifically more boy oriented stuff because we have a hard time in that age range for some reason, and so that's where our deficits usually lie.
You can drop off a new unwrapped toy at distribution bins here at 41 NBC and at several Ollie's locations around Middle Georgia. And if you don't have toys to donate, you can still give online by using the QR code on your screen. Well, still ahead on 41 NBC News at 11, after a Middle Georgia family lost their son to brain cancer, they began helping other families. More about Joshua's wish next. Plus, 41 NBC's Bill Shanks says we have a lot to be thankful for when it comes to Atlanta and Georgia sports. The BS report is coming up. And later in sports, we hear from UGA head coach Kirby Smart about this weekend's rivalry matchup against Georgia Tech.
Get news anytime on 41NBC.com and the 41NBC News app. 41NBC. Clear, accurate, to the point.